Well, how does a local Winnipeg company go global? It takes experience, intelligence, and imagination. Co-founders of FleetHunt, Harman Arora and Rahul Bhandari, have all three. FleetHunt supplies technology solutions to the trucking industry, so from GPS to electronic logbooks. Grown in Winnipeg, it's now expanded into Ghana, India, the Philippines, and now into the United States market. Here is how fast it's grown. Over the past 3 years, it's grown 200% each and every year. Yet, it is still very much part of Winnipeg's business community. So, co-founders in studio with us this morning. As mentioned, Preet Arora is with us. Good morning.
Good morning.
And as well with us this morning, Rahul Bhandari. Good morning.
Good morning.
So how does it work? Tell me about the business concept a little bit.
So in 2016, we were working on a couple of applications were doing some research. So we come up with this idea. We talked to a couple of people in Winnipeg. We talked to a couple of people in India, how they're managing their fleets. And there are so many people they didn't even know about a tracking system. So we started with asset tracking solution, GPS tracking, and lately we developed ELD and cloud-connected dash cams.
So can you tell me a little bit more, Rahul, about this is basically so you know where your trucks are, right? That's
Yes.
to start with. And then can you tell us a little about the last pieces of tech that were mentioned there, ELD?
ELD is an electronic logging device which is recently mandated in Canada. It used to be in USA, and Canadian government authorized few bodies who gonna certified this ELD, and our team worked out and they gave a full rule of book. So how the driver can drive, how many hours they're gonna drive, then break, then sleep, to reduce the accidents and to control all these hours of service. So they make a ELD, electronic logging device, and then we got certified on December 12, 2022.
How did you know there was a need in the market for this?
So as I mentioned that we have some common friends in trucking industry and here in Canada and India. So we talk to them how they're managing, and normally I just ask if truck is in Winnipeg or in Calgary or somewhere else, right? How you know about it? And normally they say we call our driver and this is how we find out, right? And it's
they were
not
actually
the easy
individually
process.
calling each driver.
Yes,
Wow.
and it's not even this solution is not everyone was using this, but now as we created some awareness and people are more tapping into this solution, and it's easy for them to manage their expensive assets.
Even sometime I want to add in
Yeah,
here,
please.
they put a board in the office and they were writing there's a unit number 3 that is in this city, that is in this city. There's too much manual work, and now they all bring into the digital. They can just click on the phone or they can see on the screen.
Like they had an
And,
old school whiteboard.
Exactly.
Wow.
Even some company they feel it is useful, but most of companies now they are not using those boards, and it's right in front of the screen.
I know that the initial idea for FleetHunt has a bit of a story as well, right? So can you tell me, Harman, maybe a little bit about that? Where did the initial idea come from? Because part of it also was you guys were looking at supporting in different languages the industry as well.
So yes, we are offering multilingual support, but idea comes from how people manage their stuff, how they can see, as Rahul just mentioned, they're managing on boards, they're calling their driver, but it's not easy process, right? So this is how this idea comes from. And I was talking to someone in Australia, and he was telling me their neighbor's car got stolen. So now it's confirmed if we develop this idea and we can scale it right on a high scale.
Even I was working with one person at that time, and before coming to FleetHunt, and he was saying he has to wake up 6:30, and after to make sure every driver is starting at 7 to call each and everyone to make sure engine is started. So while he installed the GPS tracking, and right 10 minutes or 15 before, he got a notification, ignition on. So he came to know his driver came, and now they will leave for the run for the day.
We offer these alerts and these kind of
Reports.
Where they can see when their vehicle start, when it off, how long it drove, and in last 90 days, last 180 days, and where they drive, and for how long they drive in a day, where they stop, for how long they stop.
So super detailed.
Yeah, we have everything within our solution.
I mentioned the growth. What portion of the business has been built through referrals, Rahul?
It's almost like 82% of business we build through referrals.
Really? It's
Yes.
that high?
Yes.
Wow.
We have spent very little amount on marketing. We
You-
just started spending on marketing now because we are going into states now. We are starting from Fontana, like basically California and Texas. So now we start spending some money on marketing because it was a bootstrap company, and we have to manage all our expenses.
Well-
But people like companies like our solution and their referrals, and 82% business out of 100 is like all referrals.
You guys must be tired.
And even thanks to the businesses who was referring us, and starting with Winnipeg, that is the companies out there, they helped us a lot. And now then we started to Calgary, Mississauga, and I think it's a good start by choosing we came to Winnipeg and we started with Winnipeg, and it was a very good startup with the Winnipeg.
I was
And
going
now
to
we are
ask you about
expanding
that
worldwide,
because you have, with all this growth, you maintain a strong local presence. What's the continued competitive advantage of still being based in Winnipeg?
Is one of the we are local here now. Everyone knows us. Like in the trucking industry, if we see, we have 300 plus companies only in Winnipeg who are using our solution. And every time they talk, they sit somewhere who you are using. Oh, we are using FleetHunt. Okay, so we are easily reachable. Most of companies, even they have my number. They call or they just call. Hey Rahul, we need the solution. Now we have a big sales team as well, so they call anyone. So that's how we are growing. They are keep getting the calls from friend, and they are referring to the business. So
What advice would you have to a startup company that is hoping to grow a business in the city? That, like, what have you learned over your success?
The main thing, like, never give up, right?
yes,
Because up and downs is a part of a startup journey, and building a startup is not easy, right? It's sometimes like you got anxiety, stress. The only thing is never give up. Just keep working on, and it takes
Yeah.
time, and it'll.
hard works always pay off. So that's we would say.
When did you know that you were onto something? Like how long was when you were sort of thinking maybe this won't take off? How long, you know what I mean? Because you guys must have been talking about your business idea, I'm guessing, before you took it to market, right? You must have been sitting around going, we should try this, or?
Yeah, in 2016 we started developing this solution, and first 2 to 3 years was really tough because we started with only three: me, Rahul, and Amit. He's our CTO and co-founder, and it was not easy to build this technology to start testing, and that was the main reason. Like, first 3 years was like, it was tough. And 2019, when we start growing and we start, like, once we hit our first 50 companies in Winnipeg, then we know now we can scale up.
Wow, amazing.
Even we remember the days in 2018 when we got even one company with the one truck. We were so happy at that day. Oh, we got a one company. So we gave a cheer to, because we were the two who were celebrating. Amit was in India at that time. So that's how our success story started. And now we are adding companies every day.
We
So
have
cool.
around 600 companies now, but now we
Close to
are
700 now.
like we crossed 600 and
Yes.
close to 700 now.
Yes.
And we are expanding into states now, and we are targeting around 1,500 companies by end of this year.
Wow. All with that same tech that we described at the beginning. That's still the
Yes.
core of the business.
Yes,
Being
that-
able to log digitally and being able to follow your fleet and monitor with the GPS trackers.
And even their assets, trucks, trailers, their vans. There's lots of companies who have their vans going to work. They can see where their van is. They can schedule the route.
Sure,
they can
yeah.
schedule their everyday work with that. So lots of local companies, moving companies, they are with us now.
You guys must have loved the pandemic because everything started moving around by truck like mad.
Yes,
like,
we-
it must have been good for you.
Yes, first 2-3 months was not good because nobody knows about pandemic, and it's our like first time in our life, and people didn't know
Of
like how to
course.
manage this.
And I'm not meaning to minimize the health impact of the pandemic. I'm just saying business-wise, there'll be an opportunity created there.
Yes, so
Yeah.
after 2-3 months of pandemic started, like we start like growing.
Started.
Yeah.
Wow. What's next for the two of you? You talked about how you're growing into the States and such, but do you have your eye on new technology, or right now are you just continuing to grow the base?
Right now we are working on adding 3 and 4 channel dash cams as well that can cover side views of trucks as well. And as of now, very few companies are offering these solutions, maybe 1 or 2 in North America, but that's new we want to add on. Right now we are offering 2 channels, which is like one is inside cabin view and one is outside cabin. But now we are adding side views as well.
And also everyday reports. We're always working on different type of reports who can help the businesses to increase their efficiency, management reports. So our team keep checking, keep thinking which data where they can use, so it can help the company, so that every day they come, they do few clicks and they can get a view how
More
their fleet
efficiency.
is performing. Yeah.
Thank you both for being here and telling us about the success, and all the best with your business in the future.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Harman, Preet, Arora, and Rahul Bhandari in studio with me this morning, co-founders of FleetHunt, a trucking technology company based here in Winnipeg.
Thank you for watching the CBC Manitoba YouTube channel, and don't forget to like and subscribe. For the latest breaking news and top stories, download the CBC News app.